Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about CSV files. In the previous class, we talked of binary files and we now know how to work with binary files. We know to create a binary file. We know to create a binary file which contains lists, which contains dictionaries. We know how to update the data. We know how to delete a data. So all those things were for binary files. Today, as we are talking of CSV files, let us first understand what CSV stands for. CSV is comma separated value file. Now what is a comma separated value file? Sometimes what happens, we want a text file which contains a separator. For example, say I want to keep roll number, name and marks of students. So there would be a heading with roll number, then name and then marks. So they would be separated by comma. We'll have roll number, comma name, comma marks. And the second line would have the actual data. Say the second line will have a data of say a boy called Ayush. So it would be roll number 1, comma Ayush, comma say he has got some marks. So say 80. So 1, comma Ayush, comma 80. Now roll number 2 may be some other boy. So in this way, each and every data, say roll number, name, marks, they would be separated by comma. They are simple delimited text files, that is plain text files which have a delimiting character. Now if that is being used, how they are created? See, we can directly create it in the notepad. We can go and type it in the notepad. But there are some application programs also that help us to create it. The application programs that help us to create it is say Microsoft Excel or OpenOffice.org Calc. They can be used. If I want to make, let us make one. We can make it from here. Say we go and open Excel. To open Excel, I write here Excel. So Excel file opens. Now if this Excel file has opened, what I would do here is we'll write the heading. Say we want to write the heading. So we write the heading roll number. Then say name. Then we'll write the heading say marks of say 2 students. As I said, let the name be 1, Amit be the name. Then marks be say 80. Say there is, let us write one more. So this is a given example. So I write Amit. Then I write say Ankur. So this is an example here. So in this example what we did was I have created a file. The file is a Excel file. But when I go to save it, what I would do is I will put here an option. The option is I want to save it as CSV file, comma delimited CSV file. Now comma delimited CSV file, what does it mean? It means that my CSV file is delimited by a comma. Let us give a name to it. Say the file's name is say comp marks, marks of computer. So the whole name becomes compmarks.cav. And as we are making this CSV file and we are to use it with Python, let us go to the default directory of Python and save it there. So as I go to the default directory of Python, how I'll go to the default directory of Python? I know it is here, C drive, and Python 33 will find from here. So this is Python 33 and there I save it. So I saved it there. Now when I go to save it, it says that when you save a file in CSV format, all the sheets would not be taken into consideration. Only the active sheet is to be taken into consideration, and we are also requiring that active sheet. So we'll say okay. Then it also says that in CSV format you cannot keep all the features. I don't want all the features. I say okay, I have no problem. So I put a yes here. I want only the headings and the data which is separated by a comma. So I worked with Excel and saved that file. Let us go and see the file in C drive Python 33. Has it been created or not? What was the name we gave? We gave the name as comp marks. See, it has been created here, comp marks. Now if I open this comp marks, how it is going to be shown? See, this is the way it is going to be shown. Comp marks has roll number, then it has name and marks. The heading is also there, the data is also there. The heading is separated by a comma, the data is also separated by a comma. So it is known as comma separated value file. But it is not always a thing that you will be separating this data with comma. We can use any other separator also. We can use a space, we can use a pipe symbol, we can use a dollar sign, we can use @ sign, whatever you want, you can use it as a separator. By default, comma is a separator. And even if you separate it with a dollar sign, then also it is said to be a comma separated file, because default is comma separated. So you give anything, but the name would be comma separated file, CSV file. Now I created this file. Now why I have created this file today? I have created this file because we want to work on CSV files, but using which language? Using Python. So as the file has been created, if I want to work with this language in Python, I should open Python and try to read this file. Let us see how Python reads the CSV files. So we again go to open Python. So we'll open Python now from here. So we opened Python, and after opening Python, we are now going to work with CSV files. So how we work with CSV file? As we had worked with binary files, text files, we'll go to the script mode, and here we'll try to work with CSV files. Now here students, we have to understand one thing. There is a module for working with CSV files, as there had been a module for working with binary files. Similarly, in Python, there is a module that helps us to work with CSV files, and the name is CSV of that module. Import CSV will have to write. Now let us make a function. That function would try to read from that CSV file. So let us write the name, a logical name, says CSVR, that is CSV reader function. Now if we have that CSV reader function with us, then what we are going to do? We are going to read which given file? We are going to read the file comp marks, as we created it just now. Now if I have created that file comp marks, to read it we need to open that file. So we first go and open the file. You all know how to open files. And what is the name of the file? Comp marks, the name of the file is. And what is its extension? The extension is .csv. And in which mode I am going to open it? I am here opening it for reading, so R mode, and there is nothing to be written. In binary we used to write B, but in CSV mode that is not to be written. Why it is not to be written? Because CSV files are nothing but they are also text files. They are plain text file with one more thing, they are delimited by a character. So this is also a text file, so we will open it like a text file. Now students, you would remember in text file, when we used to work with text file, we used a function called read. We used to read the file, and then we extracted the data through reading and kept it in a variable, in a string variable. Here what we do is, here also we have to read, but to read we need an object. We need a medium through which we can read. So how that medium is created? So we would create that medium, that object, like this. See, we are writing here. We are saying CR is equal to I want to read. So there is a function, like in text files there was a function .read. Here is a function called .reader, CSV.reader. Now CSV.reader is the function here. And we'll write here what we want to read from this function. We want to read F. F means what? F means the file compmarks.csv, as F has been connected while opening compmarks.csv. It is the file pointer for compmarks.csv. So we have created CR. CR would be used. Now CR actually contains all the data that had been in our CSV files. That means CR contains the name, marks, the roll number, these headings CRB contained, and it also contains the data. Now you will be thinking of how does it contain it? So it contains it as a sequence. Now what is a sequence? It is a data type in Python. In sequence, what happens? We keep data one by one. But for our sake of understanding, we'll think it to be like a table. How we would think it? Let us see. I have created one for you, an example here to show you. And this example shows, see, this is not the same thing. What actually means, it has not been created itself. I created it to make you understand that I have not created it and it has been created. Sorry, I have created it and it has not been created by those Excel. What we are doing is, we have changed the name here. We have kept Ayush as the name. But here in the file which we created, the name was Amit. It is only a thing to understand. I have kept it for understanding. I made it myself manually. See what actually it shows, that I have roll number, name, marks, CR I created. When you created, CR would be like this. CR would contain these details like a table for the sake of our understanding. Internally it actually keeps in a sequence, but for understanding we are using it. We are saying that CR is like a table, and when CR has been made and CR contains these data, CR points to the first given row, that is the heading row. Then it will, after we read this heading row, it will go to the next row. It will try to read the next row. Then it will try to read the third row. In this way it proceeds further according to us, for our sake of understanding. So how to read the first row? To read the first row, what we will do is, we will first create a list. Say the first row contains the field items. So we will write fields and we will make a list of fields. I know the next few rows contains the records or rows. We'll write the name as rows for records, and we'll make a list for it also. Why we are making this list? We are making this list so that I can keep the header in fields and the data rows in the list rows. So I have created two given things. I have created fields which contains only the headers, that is only the field names, and rows I have created. It is a list which I expect to contain what? I expect to contain it all. It contains all the given records. So let us see how I'll put this. How I'll put this here. How fields would get the headers. So for that I'll have to write one thing. We'll write fields is equal to next. See what I'm writing. Next CR. Now what is next CR? Next CR, next is a function. What it does, it extracts the first given row, that is the row containing the headers, the field names, and keeps it in fields. And as it does that, CR now points to the next given row, that is the row containing the first data. That is the data of roll number 1, data of, say here, roll number 1. So when I use this fields is equal to next CR, what happened? This CR, it went down and it now points to one Ayush, not Ayush in our case, it is Amit, and then 80. It points to this given thing. But earlier, before this line executed, it used to point to which given row? It used to point this row, the header row, the roll number, the name, the marks. So what next does? Next extracts the given header row, keeps it in fields, and lets CR go down and point to the first data row. So this is what next does. So let us see whether next has done the same thing or not. How to see that whether next has done the same thing or not? We would go here and we'll write print fields. If the fields have come in this given fields, that is fields means the header have come, then it should be printed. So let us see whether it prints or not. And one thing you should understand here, I am not closing the file, then also CSV file works. But binary files and text files, they needed to be closed in this way of writing. So let us run only this much and see whether fields have come or not. So give a name here. Say I give a name CSV. This is a CSV file. So I give a name, say CSV3. See, they have come. The headers have come. So what is left with? What we are left with? We have taken the header in. Then we are left with what? We are left with the data rows. Now how we will take the data rows? We have kept a list called rows. this rows list, I want to keep all the data as row elements. That is, the records as row elements. So what we'll do here, we will go and we'll write a code. What is that code? We'll write for. We all know that CR has now started pointing to the data row. So we'll write for row in CR. Then we'll write, what we'll do, we'll write rows dot append row. So what this line does, this line says that whatever is there in CR, take it one by one, put it in row, and then whatever comes in row, append it into the rows list. So the rows list would contain all the data. To see whether it contains all the data, what we'll do, we'll try to print it. Let us print it. We'll say print rows. So this is a very trivial way of seeing what the data, what actually rows contains, what fields contain. So we'll see how it works. So let us try. See, the data has also come. 1 Amit 80 and 2 Ankur 90. So we have successfully read a CSV file. So what are the functions that are required to read a CSV file? So there is a function called reader. You have seen that function. There is a function called next. So these are the functions. So we have read a CSV file. But is this the right way of printing what we have read? We have read and printed it on the screen. But is it bit formatted? Whatever we are printing should be formatted, should look good. So how we can make things formatted? Let us see. So we would not print it in this way. So I am actually deleting these two lines of printing rows and printing, say, field headers. So what we'll do is, now we'll try to print it in a formatted way, in a good way. How to print it in a good way? So see what we'll do. We'll write print. See, for fields, we'll write like this. We gave a space. How many space? I say give 10 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 space. Anything we can give. And then I write join. What do I write? I write join. Now when I write join, what I want to do? I'll do a thing. See, I'll write join what? Join means join whatever things come, but with a gap of 10 space. This given this single quotes, after single quotes we have given 10 gaps. It means joins things which come here, but join at a gap of 10 space and show it to the screen. Show it on the screen. So what I'll write here is, see, I'll write filled for filled in fields. What does it do when I write this? You have seen this in 11th class also. Filled for filled in fields. See, if I had written filled only, what it means? That whatever comes from fields list one by one, that given thing comes in field, and that field is to be joined one by one. That is, field gets everything in fields one by one, because fields is a list and we are saying for filled in fields. So field gets everything one by one. Whatever field gets, we want it to join. So I said join field. We want it to join. But join with a gap of what? Join with a gap of 10 space. See how it works. Earlier we wrote only print fields. Now we are trying to make it formatted. So we wrote filled, but filled to be joined with how many gaps in between? 10 gaps. So let us see how it works. See, now it comes a bit formatted. Whatever I gave comes a bit formatted, and see, the symbol of list is also not there. So whatever comes from the file looks bit good. The headers look good. Now let us go and try to do it for the rows also, that is for the data part also. So how to do it for the data part? Let us see. For data part, what we'll do is, we'll again, because we know data is in rows, so we'll write for, row. What we want to do? We want to see the data part. So let us say for R, row we have used, so we'll use something else. For R in rows, so everything from rows comes in R one by one. Now R takes a record. In record also there are three things. In each and every record there are three things. One roll number, one name, one marks. So we'll have to take it one by one and join it at a gap. So we'll write whatever comes from R, what to do with that? Whatever comes from R, we want to join it. So again we'll write print. How to join? So again we give a gap. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I gave a gap. Then I said again join. And then this time what to join? We want to join, say, whatever comes. What comes in? Have you seen what comes in? We'll say C. Join C. What is C? For C in R. So R contains everything of one given record. That thing is now coming one by one in C. So C first would take a roll number of that record. Then it would take the name. And whatever comes, we'll join it with a gap. That is what we want. So we do this. So as we do this, what happens? Things which come one by one gets shown due to print function. How it is going to be shown? After getting joined at a gap of 10 space. So first 1 would come, then Amit would come, then 80 would come for our case, and it would get joined at a space of how many? 10. After this, the second row would come, and that would also be joined in the same way and shown. So every rows come and they get joined and are being shown here in the file. So we see that it works. Now what we do is we close. It is not required, but it is good habit. In CSV we don't require to close, but it is good habit to close. So this is how we create it. Let us see how it works. So see, it comes. It is bit formatted. You will have to work with the spaces. It would be much better if you work with the spaces. But our motive is to understand how to read a CSV file. So CSV file is read in this fashion. So what we have done, let us summarize. In CSV file, what we are doing is we are first opening the file, and before opening we created the file using Excel, saved it in CSV mode. Then what we did, we opened the file by open function. Then we wanted an object so that it could keep all the data from the file. That object is CR. Now that object which is CR is containing all the records as a sequence, with even the headers, they are also there. So everything is there as a sequence. Now I have created two lists. One is fields and the other one is rows. The fields list, I am actually thinking of keeping the headers there in the fields list. And how we will keep the headers? We'll use next function. When we say next CR, the headers come in the fields list, and the CR object now points to the first data row. Now we also want to keep the data in a list called rows, and we want each record to be an element of that rows. So what we have written? We have written for row in CR, that is whatever comes in row from CR one by one, appended to the rows list. So it would get appended. Then nothing else. We have read everything. We have kept here. The headers have been kept in fields. The rows have been kept in, say, in a list called rows. So what we have here now, we have to show it. We have seen how to show it in a formatted way. That's all for the reader part. Now the question is, we have read it, no problem. But who created it? Excel. Now our question is, can Python create a CSV file? Does Python have that ability to create a CSV file? The answer is yes, Python can also create a CSV file. Let us try. Let us try to create a CSV file from Python. So how to create a CSV file from Python? Let us take a function, say CSVW. Why I have taken that function? Because I want to write in a brand new Python file. So when I want to write in a brand new Python file, that is CSV file through Python, how we will do it? We will take a file pointer F1 and we will write here again open. Say we give a name, say name is say CMarks. I can give any name, so I am giving CMarks and I am giving the extension CSV. So I'm making a new file, CMarks. I'm giving the extension CSV. And then what we are doing here is we are using the R mode. Shall we? Or we should use W mode. W mode, why? Because we want to write in a new file. So W mode. Now what we are doing here is we have opened the file, but again to write in that file we need an object. So again we need an object. Let us give the name W. But this time we'll have to write, so we'll not use the reader function. We'll use a function here called writer. What is the function? Writer. And in that function, what we would give in the writer, we'll give the name of the file pointer where we want to write. So this is how we do it. Now what to write? We want to write obviously an header. We want to write a header, and then we want to write the data. So let us again make fields. Fields contain the header. So what are the header we have set? This time we take the header as item, and then again a header as price. We'll not take roll numbers. We'll take this. Okay. Price. So item, price, and maybe quantity. So we'll write quantity. So three things we have. We want to keep as header. So we want to keep this as header. Now again we want some rows, that is data rows, to be kept. So let us take again rows as a list and keep some data there. So first of all, item maybe say ice cream. Now we have price, say 50 rupees. Then we have say quantity. The quantity may be say 100. So these are the things we have. So this is the creation of first given record. Say again we want to create one more record. Say we have the heading as say biscuits. Then we say what is the price? Say 30 rupees. Then how many? Say we have 50 as a quantity. So we have 50. So I created how many given things? 2 given items, 2 given records. I want to put it in my file. Now how to put it in the file? How we can put it in the file? So we have taken CW. We have taken CW to use it as an object for writing. We have also created the source from where we will write. Fields contain the headings, and rows contain the records that has to be written, that is data part that has to be written. So what we'll do is we'll now write. So for fields what we do is we'll write CW dot write row. See, write row is a function. That function is used for writing in the file. This is the function in Python for writing in a CSV file. So write row we take, and we write here what to write. So we want to write fields. Why we want to write fields first? Because fields contain the headings. The headings are in fields. Now I want to write whatever is there in the row. So I'll write for say R in rows. What to do? We want to write CW dot write row. This is the function even for headings as well as for the data part. What to write? R. We want to write R. So we would write R in this way. Then we have nothing to do. We have written the heading also. We have written the data part also. So better to close the file now. So we'll close the file. Now if I want to see whether it works fine or not, what shall we do? We will first go and change this, because if I created CMarks file, so I'll want to see whether CMarks file kept the data or not. So how we'll see? We'll help the reader function to read CMarks now. We'll read CMarks because we created. So it makes the things understandable, because we now would first run the write function so that it gets created. Then we will run the read function so that we see whatever is created is being shown or not, or that has been created properly or not. So shall we start? Let us start. See, ice cream, 50, 100, and the headings, everything has come. That means the CMarks has been successfully created as well as been successfully read. So what we see, We firstly created a file from Excel and saved it as CSV. Then we created a file from Python and we also read it. So I can read a CSV file created by application through Python. I can even make a application, I can even make Python create a file, the CSV file, and read it also. Even if I had gone and typed the things myself, that would have also been read. Let us see whether it has been read or not. See, let us see the CMarks first. So we go to CMarks, we see whether it comes or not. So CMarks. So CMarks, yes, it has come. See, CMarks has been created. Now what we do is, I create myself here a file, and I want to create a text file. So how I'll create? I create from here. I say text document. So text document is to be created. Then let us name it as my text. Open it up. So I opened it. See, it is opening in Word, no problem. But I want to open it where? I want to open it in Notepad. So I open it in Notepad. Open with Notepad, because in Notepad we will write, say anything we give here. We give, say, name, say runs scored in cricket. So name is, say, Sachin. Say data is anything, say 50. Say name is Anil. So data is, say, 40. Give another thing, say Amit. Data is, say, 10. So this is the data which we have created. The first row is the heading, and it has been created manually by us. We have created it. So we have created this data. Now question is, when we create the data, what is the extension it has? See, the extension is .txt. No problem. Because we know CSV files are also what? CSV files are TXT files. So let us see whether it works on CSV file or not. That is in Python or not. Can our CSV program work with this my text or not? Let us see. So we again go back to Python and change the name. What name we give here? We give my text. Who created my text? We ourselves created my text. Whether the name is .csv or .txt. Name is .txt. So we will put here .txt. Here we will not use this because this function is not required. We want to read the text which we created. So we will actually disable this. Put it in comment. And we'll only want to read. So let us read. Let us see whether it gets read or not. Yes, it gets read. That means that even if Excel creates a CSV file, or I myself create a CSV file, or Python creates a CSV file, it can be easily read. This is all for CSV files today, because this is the syllabus which has been set this year for CSV files. So I think you have understood CSV files. They are easy enough. Please read it, and thank you.